Hey there, my name is Monkey Captain from the guys of the games. Back with some more Tower of Trials. Woo! And it's been a bit. And J. Aster the Madman has released several updates since then, including a actual 2.0 actual feature update, which included 10 more achievements, which I've pretty much mostly done on my own. I've just been doing stuff. Which one was one? Yeah, there's this one. This one's cool. I'm using the colors for that one right now. This is pretty much probably the one I'm just gonna go to for the rest of these, or maybe I'll probably swap it out at some point because orange and black do happen to be some of my favorite colors. So works out for me. I've bought all the items in the shop finally. General Bob-omb is here. General White. Why did I say General Bob-omb? Whatever. Is that racist? White dude here, which is a new feature that now that you can have an actual hard timer on your save, which I think it's cool. Although I think it's a little weird now that there's essentially you've got achievements for finishing each of the different types of towers in a certain amount of time, and you also have where is it? This one, we have to finish a tower with a 45% intensity countdown time, which essentially is just another speedrun achievement, but just you can do it with any tower type. Although you should probably do it with a hooktail one, because that would be the easiest one if you want to do it the easiest way anyways. And the funny thing is, because they added more achievements and even new features, runaway chance for example, which is a cool new thing. Now you can have guaranteed runaways if you want, to remove that little bit of luck. Because they added new things that retroactively removed some of the achievements I already had, the ones where, which one is it? Unlock all tower options. You lose that achievement upon loading this because you don't have all the options anymore. But if you bought this costume already, you still have it, so it's it's kind of a funny thing. But yeah, lots of new stuff, new achievements, fun stuff. And whatchamacallit, there's been a lot of badge tuning and other things like that. And funny enough, I feel a lot of the stuff he changed was things I was complaining about during these runs. I believe double dip was lowered from 4 to 3 BP, which is a nice little extra thing. I was saying double dip feels a little niche at times because you don't usually really absolutely need multiple items from one character in a turn. It was more just because lowering it from 4 to 3 is that's good because it's now it's still useful. That's still very good, and it's not it's a little easier to slot in, you know. Because I feel 3 is a good number where because when it was 4, it's competing with all or nothing. It's competing with multiple Jumpman, Hammerman, whatever you have but 3 I feel is right in that sweet spot where it's not competing with as much powerful you want to use these things. You know what I mean? I'd be willing to give up, a Jumpman or a Perfect Power for a double dip on a character, potentially. If I had an odd number of BP, right? What was another thing? I think funny enough he actually fixed a bug where apparently Iron Bonk and Multi Bonk were using the wrong power values. They were swapped. Because he swapped Multi Bonk and Iron Bonk from their power, which I will also show that there's a new move selector here, akin to the item and badge selector. It's a separate option too, so you don't have to use this if you're using the items. Where you can opt to start with certain moves. And you can see that Iron Bonk and Multi Bonk have swapped, which I think is perfectly fine because Multi Bonk is strong, but you need power to make it really strong. So having it as a higher tier always felt a little weird. It's I feel here it's I actually will generally pick Scope Out over Multi Bonk if I'm not already rocking power. And Iron Bonk is really good, so it makes sense to bump it up. I don't think there was too much else changed with the actual moves. That's the one big one. I know that whatchamacallit, what was it? Oh yeah, Sweet Treat was actually nerfed, which I think as much as it sucks, totally get it because Sweet Treat level 2 and especially level 3 were stupidly strong. Like now I think it's basically like 1.5 and 2 times effectiveness versus like before it was basically like double, triple, which was like ridiculously like good. Now it's like it's still good, but it's like there's you know an actual reason to not just immediately jam yourself into the higher levels of Sweet Treat. Turn on my audio smidge here. Obviously, like new costumes and like new colors for Yoshi. We're gonna do I guess we'll do a Gloomtail run. That seems right. Maybe I'll do another EX difficulty run at some point. I might do because there's an achievement for getting 200% intensity, so I might do that on screen as an EX difficulty run. I don't know. We'll see. We'll put the secret boss as just like optional. But yeah, you can have countdowns now. If you up the thing though, like obviously you get more time per set. Like in essence, this basically acts as the speedrun achievement, but just you can set it up whenever you want. And like the way it works is it like encourages more consistency over the speedrun achievements because what it is just like, for example, if I set it to 9 minutes, basically what it is you have 9 minutes per 8 rooms. And when you complete the 8 rooms, you get extra, like another 9 minutes, right? So you want to be consistent because, like, if you start off slow, you're gonna run out of time. And whereas, in the speedrun thing, you could potentially start off slow and get like a bunch of power early on, after a bit, and then start off, like, speedrun or whatever. You know what I mean? There's also like new options. Like this is where you can do the custom stuff. You can also do like no tier requirements, which basically means you can pick any move at any time. Like you don't have to like go up and down. Like you know what I mean? Like because like multi-bonk is like it's like a blue tier. Iron bonk is green tier, and then Rally Wink is red tier, right? As an example. If you choose this, then that tier restriction doesn't exist anymore. You can just potentially get any move at any time. I'm not sure if this applies to Super and Ultra Hammer and then Spin and Spring Jump. I would assume yes, but that might be kind of weird if it does. I don't know. And then there's option to just have partners start with an extra move. This is an interesting one. You can have a move limit. This means, like, for example, you can only ever pick, I believe, I'm not sure if the partner limit is per partner or just in general. It's like you can only ever pick 4 partner moves, period. I assume it's per, because it'd be kind of weird if it wasn't. Because that would mean that more partners would just be strictly bad with this option on. We'll turn the countdown off because I don't want to speedrun. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a Mowz run. That's what I want to do. Gloomtail Mowz run. Because that's the last part I need to get all my move achievements, so I think that's what we'll do. Now you can turn on guaranteed runaways, which is nice. Oh, here's a big one. One of the things is a stage hazard thing, which is fantastic. So now if you want, you can just completely get rid of stage hazards. You can have them as low if you still want to see a bit. You can have them high if you want to go really chaotic. And there's also a no fog option, which is a banger of an option. I think I'll actually, maybe, should I turn that on? Sure, we'll have no fog. Why not? I did there's the speedrun achievement where you have to turn on the timer to a 45% intensity or higher, which basically means you have to set it to almost max. And I almost did it first try, except I literally lost at Hooktail with like, I was literally like, she had like 7 HP left, and the fog showed up, wasted a bunch of time because it just missed like all my attacks in a row. I missed both Mario and a partner, and that was it. Because she had 7 HP, and I was like, I needed one more attack. One more damn attack. And I missed because of the toys, because of the fog. It was just like, that sucked. So we'll turn off fog. We'll have Charlatan as limited. And we'll just have random NPCs. I don't want to be too scripted here. Should I turn on a move limit? I think we'll turn on a 4 move limit. Nah, actually, nah. I want to see all Miss Mowz moves. That'd be silly to do that, actually. I do want to make it a little harder. Maybe we'll do like you know. And I don't want to go too, like, if I'm doing something like this, I want to, you know, like, do other stuff with it. Like, I feel like, eh. Well, I think we'll just leave it. We're already up in the intensity with Charlotte, and I really, I think the limited option is really cool. I really like that, like, because, like, without limited, it's like, what you end up doing a lot of time is you save up money early on, as much as you can, and then you wait till one charlatan just has, like, a really stackable badge, and then you just buy a ton of that. And that always ends up, that's, like, really strong. But if you turn limited, you don't have to worry about, like, doing that. Like, I would almost argue that's, in a way, that's kind of a degenerate strategy, because it really does encourage, like, badge stacking to an extreme. Anyways, we're gonna go in. Random seed and everything. Let's go. Hey, Mowz, what's shaking? Let me turn my audio a smidge more here so I can actually hear. Alright, you're gonna be hearing a lot of clacking during this run. I'll probably I split my EX difficulty into 3 parts. I'll probably do the same here again, because I kind of regretted doing my just doing this in 2 parts, because the second part always ends up way longer. There's also always the catch that I could just, like, mess up and die at some point, and then you lose more time. Like, I'm not perfect, you know. So I think we'll do this. We'll do the first half to Atomic Boo, because the first half goes much faster, but then I'll probably do, like, 16 after that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll split into... the problem is splitting into even floors doesn't really, like... Maybe we'll do, like, 24, 24, 16, like the EX then. That might be fine. Oh boy. Here's where we start, too. Mowz can only really hit grounded stuff effectively. I mean, she gets Smoke Bomb eventually. But I think, honestly, early on, getting Spike Shield is probably a good idea. Especially if you run it, like, because, like, I've had it to where I didn't get any good moves for Bristles, and then I had the first mini-boss be a Bristle. So, like, my options were literally Super Guard and Earth Tremor. And it's just like, oh boy, that sucks. Well... And there's Super Peel. Super Peel actually got nerfed, which is funny because I did a run right before he nerfed it, where I stacked a ton of them and just had, like, max star power every turn. He nerfed Super Peel, but made actual appealing very slightly stronger, which I like. I think that's a good way to do it. It's like regular appealing is a little stronger now, and in exchange, Super Peel is a little weaker when stacked, which I think makes perfect sense. Anyways, I'm gonna Sweet Treat immediately. Get my 2 FP back. God damn it. And there we go. And just for funsies, we'll get Mowz. Now Mario will just sit there and give a cold, dead stare. Alright, Mowz, watch this. You gotta do the big slap. I do think it's funny that, like, if she does 1 slap, she, like, spins out. But as long as you do at least 2 slaps, she's fine. Oh, wow. Appeal and Super Appeal and Super Appeal P. Nah. Feels against something else, maybe, but, like, I feel like early on, star pieces are very good, because you want to get the levels up on the few moves you have right away. Let me see something. This guy should have 4 HP, right? Did I actually pick a... No. I think the Badge Bandits are just kind of tanky. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I didn't actually pick EX difficulty, right? Like, I'm 99% sure I didn't, but you never know, right? I like it. The funny thing is, I think it... Well, probably not. I wonder if it's faster to slap twice or once, if it's a kill. Because Mowz spins out, but the enemy dies faster, so I guess it depends. Like, this is a funny thing right here. I guess in this instance, we'll take Feeling Fine P. I think early on, that might be good, because you never know. To be fair, I have Mowz, who's really good. Speaking of Bristle, jeez. Mowz is pretty good at dealing with the item stuff, so it's not that big a deal or anything like that. But it's like, Feeling Fine is a nice badge, because it can potentially just let you get free turns. Oh, another badge that was buffed is Pretty Lucky. Pretty Lucky was buffed from 10% to 12.5%. Which is like, it's a small increase, but like, it definitely helps make it a little bit better as a filler badge. Damn it! I knew that was gonna happen. Alright, watch this. Nice. Because, like, it does make it a little bit better, you know? Like, at least at that point, it's instead of 1 in 10, it's 1 in 8, right? So that's the thing. Ah, that's Mega Rush. I gotta get the mouse move, though. Since I have Feeling Fine, I'll get Tease. Tease might come in handy. Honestly, Confuse, I think, is kind of underrated during this, because it is honestly pretty effective. Like, I've definitely had setups where I could basically just Rune Powder a bunch of enemies and basically just watch them beat each other up. The trick, I think, is, just like Dizzy, Confuse generally works better on flying stuff, so, like, it's better to confuse, say, like, a bunch of, like, you know, Lakitus and Koopas and whatnot that are in the air, rather than, like, you know, Clefs. So you would think, like, it almost feels like it would make sense for Clefs to be confusable, because they're, like, supposed to be, like, a dumb rock monster or whatever, but mind you, I don't know the confuse rates. I don't know status chance by heart for a lot of stuff. I only know like the you know, like the more well-known things, like, oh, puffs are weak to ice because they're clouds, or flying enemies weak to dizzy. Whatchamacallit, plants, I guess piranha plants are weak to sleep, like that kind of thing. Those are the ones I know well off the top of my head. I know, like, Dark Boos are, like, really resilient to Showstopper. Most enemies are 100% to burn, except for, like, enemies that are immune to fire, obviously. I'm trying to think if there's any, like, other ones I can think of. Oh, wow, regular Mega Rush. Not bad. We'll get a coin. Because we're getting close to Charlatan here. It might be a good idea. You never know. He might have something cool. And hey, we got another mouse move, so I'll take it. Hey, Dazzle is nice early on. Yeah, we'll get Smoke Bomb. Give me free thing. Earth Tremor. Sure enough, I'll take it. Regular Feeling Fine. You know what? Maybe I should just grab that. Or even just, like, Refund is actually, like, really nice early on. Like, for 10 coins, I can basically make a bunch of money off this by just spamming items. That's so funny that the dried shroom is more expensive than a hot dog. You know what? I'm gonna buy this. I don't have any good badges yet, so, like, early on, I feel like that might actually be, like, that might come in handy. What items do I actually have on me right now? Yeah, sure. We'll spam items against this guy if he's, you know, spammable. That is definitely a good item. You know what? Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll just keep that on. Because Mowz can just spam Thunderbolts. Sure. Oof. Just barely. I should still be able to do damage to him, because he's only going to have 1 defense. I think only really Dark Koopas ever get more than 1 defense. Unless you're playing EX. We'll save... Actually, he has Hot Sauce. We'll save the FP for now. And we'll see what he does, because he might get Koopas, you know, in on the action. If he does, I'm definitely going to use that Ruin Powder. Yeah, there you go. The thing is that items like this are always going to be luck based, because it's a chance to affect them and then a chance to actually get them to attack each other. But it can be good. Oh, great. The, just when I was praising it. That's how it always goes, and I mess up my super guards. On the most important one, too. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, whoa! That looked a little weird. I guess let's beat you up. And at this point, like, I guess might as well just use the mushroom. Get money off of it, why not? I can turn items into profit, you know? Why not? What a jerk. I mean, at this point, then, like, yeah, let's just use the fire flower. But boom. That guy never uses hot sauce, too. I mean, I guess that means I get it, which is not... Well, what am I saying? You always get it. For a second, I was like, oh, yeah, no, you only get it if they don't use it. Like, man. That should be an option. You only get an item... You only get items from, like, the pool of, like, things that items didn't use in a fight. As much as I would like more HP, I need to get moves right now. So, like, yeah, I'll get Super Hammer. Fire Drive is probably better, but I like having a... I don't have Spin Jump yet, so I might as well get a First Strike option, right? I think that's a big thing. I said it, but I'm definitely jumping on this guy. So Mowz can actually do something, right? Sure. This is gonna be interesting. I can't smoke bomb. Well, I actually, when they're on the ground, I can smoke bomb them. This is one of those situations where if I had thought about this a bit more, I would have used T's instead of doing it like this, but whatever. I think their items are a little too good to, like, do that, though, because Sleepy Sheep could screw me. Ah, damn it! I swear, Parabuzzy is like one of the hardest super guards in the game. If you're good at it, you know what, props to you. It's like, it's so hard, it's so fast. If they're close up, it's just like so difficult to tell. At times. Because you just have so little time to react, they just fly towards their guy. Like, look at the difference here, man. It's kind of funny, I was like, oh, I'll use Mowz on that guy, but no, Mowz would not do damage to that guy. In fact, it's gonna take, like, 3 turns without FP. Nice. Alright. They're still pretty easy super guard. Enemies that... It's kind of funny. Enemies that move fast tend to be easier to super guard in this game. Like, that guy's easy. It's same thing with, like, say, like, Koopa Troopa. Like, anything that moves fast, but in, like, a straight, predictable line is easy. Alright, let me get some HP. HP is one of those things that's, like, it's usually a good idea to grab one early on. Even though you might end up in situations where it's, like, the game will just give you HP, like, in a forced situation. But it's, like, it really sucks to be stuck without any HP, you know what I mean? Damn it! Oh, and that would actually... You know what? I'm running away. This is actually a useful fight to get the first strike on, too. There we go. Because that way I don't have to worry about this sucker. Just take him out. And this guy's just, like, unkillable, even if I use my moves. Like, jeez. What I want to get is Smooch, because once I get Smooch, I should be able to use moves a lot more. Smooch was actually like changed like a decent amount in like an earlier like not like first like in the middle of like the first set of patches at some point. One of the like the skill tuning. Honestly, I'm not too worried about crystal stars in this run, so we'll go with something else. Let's get yeah, I guess smoke bomb. I believe smoke bomb's confused or dizzy chance is like unlike a lot of moves, it's fairly like straightforward. It's just level 1 is 33%, level 2 is 66%, and level 3 is 100% base, something like that. It's a very standard amount of like the high levels don't do that much more damage, but they're like more reliable at statusing. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and I think it literally goes like 3, 4, 5, I want to say, so this won't kill anyway, so I might as well just do this. Smoke Bomb is also one of those moves that actually has a decently difficult action run. Like, it's not impossible or anything like that, but it's definitely like you will mess it up occasionally. Whew. Definitely one of those things to keep in mind is, whatchamacallit, that Buzzies are not immune to explosion when they're flipped over. I think the game actually does. I don't think the game actually tells you that in the title. It's just something you kind of have to figure out. I guess we'll get another hammer. I mean, if I get Ultra Hammer, hell yeah. Alright, now we got a sick first strike. Ultra Hammer is like so good as a first strike option. The damage you can do with it is disgusting. You can basically one-shot every enemy for like the first like how many until like up until like if you get like even one attack power increase, you can basically one-shot every enemy up until Atomic Boo. Like, it does so much more damage. Because it's 5/5, right? With one boosted attack. Like, that's ridiculous off of a first strike. And it damages all the other enemies. Like, it's really strong. Like, I would go as far as to say Super Hammer, despite not being that great, is worth picking just for the chance to get Ultra Hammer. And, like, even then, like, in battle, it's not like it's that great. It tends to be overkill until the later floors. But, like, the fact that it's a first strike option is so strong. I guess we'll just... I'm feeling fine. I don't know, just slap on Super Peel in case it comes up. Might come up for, just, like, make it a little easier to get my FP back. Like, Gloomba with defense, he's gonna live with 1, which is like, already it's like, geez. Like, this is like an extreme fight, and it's still like, yeah, no. Actually, I can just let him use that hot dog, and I can just be like, ew, I guess I'll use the fight. Actually... let's... nah, let's just kill him. If it didn't have the hot dog, if you had like a regular hot dog, I would, but I don't want to risk the chance that he charges and smacks me pretty hard. I got the Defend Plus. I feel like Defend Plus is probably like the least useful badge in the game. In terms of like something that's... like, it's not that it's the worst badge, but like it's like the least like... this is like the last badge you want to use to get a lot of defense, basically. Like, you usually want to do something else. You know what I mean? Like, you're either stacking damage dodge, because damage dodge is really effective to stack a bunch of. Or you want to go, like, super hard onto, like, say, P down, D up, because that just makes you immune to everything. If you're in, like, a certain scenario. Like, if you're using a lot of special moves, right, they're not going to get affected by the power drop. Or even like, oh right, that was another change, is Toughen Up got I guess Toughen Up and by proxy Defending got buffed up. Or I guess the opposite. Defending got buffed and by proxy Toughen Up got buffed. Where now instead of defense increasing by 1, it works the same as damage dodge. It just reduces damage by 1. And likewise, you know, Toughen Up also just decreases damage by an extra 1. Which is obviously, you know, stupid strong. I'm gonna try something here. I think this guy's gonna use his Spite Pouch, right? So I'm gonna use my Fire Pop here. Never mind. I guess he wasn't guaranteed. I assumed that it was a status item, so they usually automatically use that. But I guess Spite Pouch is in a different kind of category to that. I don't know what you'd call it. I'll take a jump move, sure. You want to give me Spin Jump? Or I guess I already have Ultra Hammers. I don't need Spin Jump as much. Like, let's take Multi-Bounce then. I should probably focus more on jump moves, because Mowz can't really hit stuff in the air as easily. Hey, it's Grubba, I'll take it. I love me some Grubba. Take you off and slap on All or Nothing. We'll see what's in here. We'll just say yes to Grubba. That's what I'm talking about, Gonzalez. You the champ. How many items do I have? I already have 6. I mean, I can just get rid of those Tasty Tonic. Actually, I guess I can just use the... I want to keep the Shroom Roast, so... I'm gonna do this, toss the Tasty Tonic, and just use the Jam and Jelly. It's such a waste, but like, not exactly killing for an item, right? Just buy the Shroom Roast. I don't really need any of that stuff. Like, nah. If I was doing a more defensive setup, like, these would be great badges, but I feel like I'm trying to go, like, jack of all trades right now. I don't want to lean too hard into one thing. Because I want to, you know, get Mowz going. A Gloomba, huh? Well, I don't really need anything else of this stuff, so I don't know. Especially because, like, I feel like, I guess the benefit obviously of Defend Plus is that it works even if you don't guard or anything, like if you mess up. But it's like, I feel like that's kind of niche. Because usually it's like you can either, if you're doing damage dodge, it's very easy to get guards. Don't use hammer moves. No, that's fine. And if obviously if you're doing whatchamacallit. What was I talking about? If you're doing, like, you know, P down, D up, it doesn't matter. Because that just always works anyways. And plus, especially because Defend Plus... Like, Defend Plus is now the only defense increasing badge. Every other, like, damage reducing badge actually, like, hard reduces damage now. So, you end up in this situation where... Like, piercing attacks aren't as common in this, is the thing. So, it's not that big a deal. But it's still very much a case of... whatchamacallit. It's still very much a case of it's just like it's a lot more niche, especially because it's still 4. Like, I think if you lowered it to 3, that would make it a lot more like appetizing to use. Like, you could argue that, like, oh, but damage dodge is damage dodge 3 or 2? Actually, I think damage dodge is like 2. Like, it's still like that's still pretty good, I would say. This guy. I guess this actually works. This is why I got multi-mount, so now I can drop these and Mowz can do some stuff. Should I tease them? I have Mario set up to counter a bunch of damage because I just wanted to use them for the refund money, so we won't. We'll Super Guard you, and, you know, if they attack Mowz, I'll Super Guard, but otherwise I'll just attack. I'll just defend. Boom, take that damage. Gloombas are like hella stacked in the stat department. They have a lot of HP. Right, they're one of the very few enemies that have like 5 HP at like the first set of floors. Man, this guy's just calling, huh? I guess here we will do this. I think I will try to whatchamacallit. We'll try to tease them. They're flying enemies. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not 100% sure about Confused. I'm pretty sure Confused generally has a similar status chance to Dizzy. It's just effective on flying enemies. Like, max effectiveness, I should. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're the enemies that are generally going to be the weakest to it, for the most part. I do think it's interesting that Tease is like a very high status chance, and then it, like, the way it works is it actually makes enemies more likely to attack each other compared to the usual stuff. Like, I think at level 1, Tease is like 60% makes them to attack each other, and I think at like level 3 it's like 90%. Like, it's actually really reliable at higher levels, which is really interesting. I was not aware you could even do something like that, you know what I mean? Like, that just works. That's just a thing you can do. Which is, like, really cool. I guess we'll Sleepy Sheep? Like, I'm just gonna use all my items. Like, Mowz can do much else. Do 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 do. I'll probably just kill this guy and then we'll sweet treat and then we'll finish off the sleeping guy. Ow! That hurts. Oh, right, I have all or nothing. I kind of forgot I had that equipped. I was like, oh man, this guy's gonna live now. I think I don't even remember. I'm actually gonna test this. If I fail, that does still knock him down. Okay, that's interesting. I wasn't sure about that one. So now I can sweet treat and end the fight with, you know, full stats. Like, I do get, like, to continue the topic from before with defense, I get why JDaster has been doing that with all the badges, but it does kind of put this, like, it puts defense in this sort of awkward place where now, like, most forms of defense are, like all the badge forms of defense are just, like, better than defend plus. Like, it's weird. Because, like, I feel like before, it's like that was one of the benefits of, you know, P down, D up compared to them. Was that they work on everything, even, like, defense piercing and whatnot. And that's not as much of a thing now. Because they all do that except for defend plus, you know what I mean? We'll get HP. I'm actually missing 1 HP. I didn't get enough Marios. I wasn't really paying attention, so it might be... Oh man, it's this guy. Yeah, I think we're good. I could... Spinias are kind of one of the harder enemies to do the super hammer with because they kind of eat your damage pretty well. Finish the fight in 2 turns. Well, I think that's pretty easy because I'm just gonna super hammer, right? Enemies like wizards are definitely one of the better enemies to super hammer into because they're moderate HP and low, like, high defense. And you can't quake them like you can Clefs. Like, that's the thing. That's a big thing, I think, is a lot of the high defense enemies in this game tend to be like they're either grounded or they're like high flying, like parabuzzies and whatnot. Wizards are like probably like the best case of an enemy to super hammer into because you can't just quake them. You can fire drive them, but like if you're if you're in a group of rocky enemies with them, then that's still like something to consider. Plus, fire drive's obviously like more expensive usually. It's 3 versus regular super hammer's 2. And super hammer doesn't drop in power, so it can be like better against like bigger groups of enemies. This is just me justifying it, but the reality is if I had fire drive, I probably would just use that. I don't know. I mean, that's not even true. That was actually a great situation for it because it's cheaper and Mowz can kill after. Mowz would not have been able to kill otherwise, or at least it would have taken more. Shine Sprite. Yes. This is the big thing. So smooches now heal over time. Which, in the early versions, it was just a standard, like, heals stuff. Now they changed it to heal over time? And that immediately makes it, like, more... Like, it gives you, like, utility with it. And also, obviously, you can see it heals FP now at level 2. And at level 3, it starts healing star power. Like, it actually gets really strong at high levels. Because, like, you're essentially out-healing the FP it costs to use it. Which is, like, kind of, like, killer, you know what I mean? I can't, well, you know what? Then here. I really need an FP boost or something. Alright, we'll just take you out and get rid of you. Alright, come on guys, do me proud. Yeah! Oh, that's not good. I mean, I guess that's fine. At least they killed someone. I can't even slap that guy because he's front spiky, goddammit. Well, I have items to burn, and I might as well burn them for the money, so I guess we'll kill you. So you're not dropping more dudes on me, and then Mowz can't really do much. I can hot sauce, which means Mario would be able to kill the guy, but if I super guard him, he would be able to kill him anyways, so... I guess we'll just appeal, and just try not to miss this. Ow! Okay. Spiny is one of those super guards I don't do a lot of, so... I don't usually super guard those guys. That was kind of, like, risky, but, like, it ended up working out pretty good. Ugh. I guess we'll just do this. Mowz can continue to hang out with nobody, I guess. There we go. And we actually have all or nothing, so I can just kill this guy with a hit. So I will just strawberry cake for the money and the FP. Nice. Honestly, I think strawberry cake's one of those items that's deceptively good. Like, it makes it like it's obviously like random, but like if you just use it at like certain points, it's like, well, I just need a lot of HP and FP, and it's like one of the cheapest ways to get a lot of that. It's just obviously it's not reliable, but even if it's unreliable, it's like, well, at least you got it. I never appealed. Ah, that was stupid. I forgot about that. Ah, might be. I just lost a lot of money off of that. Oh well. It is what it is. I forgot I had Grubba. That was an easy condition too, I just forgot. Look at that damage. I mean, I would have killed him with a jump too, but... Oh, don't ever use jump moves. Well, shit. Why you gotta do that? I guess we'll tease? This is kind of a funny situation to be in. I can't do anything to get to them, so I kind of just have to stall. That's good, because that's the one I want to hit. Because I don't care if he shrinks me. Doesn't really do much. And now maybe he'll, I don't know, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Actually, that kind of sucks. Because I didn't accomplish anything. I guess I can Earth Tremor now. And as long as I Super Guard him, I can just finish them off in 2 Earth Tremors at least. I need FP. Jeez, sometimes FP is one of those things, like, if you don't get an FP boost early on, it's like, it's rough having only 5 FP for a long time. I guess I'll just tease him again? Like, what else can I do? Ow. That's good. That's kind of what I want. Hey, that drops him. I didn't even think about that. That's nice. I can kill him and not build up more Earth Tremor. Because I think I have Sweet Tree, right? No, not quite. There we go. Well, I mean, I say that, but realistically speaking. Let's appeal. Super Guard him if I can. And we'll have Mowz use... Actually, Mowz can't hit, so... No. Yeah. Mowz use a Shroom Roast on Mario to get my stuff back. I still have the refund on, we're good. And we'll just Earth Tremor this sucker. I'll just Earth Tremor 2, because why not? And then I have to hit 3. Remember, you have to hit 3 bars, I think. Or I guess you have to get to bar 3? I don't remember. I'm going to go to bar 4, because I actually forget. This is one of those things I never remember. I think 3 is good enough, though, right? Yeah. Yeah, 3 would have been enough, but whatever. He's dead. He's dead, Jim, you know. Ooh, good items. Well, Charge P is pretty niche. Well, I mean, we'll take more BP. Man, they really don't want to give me FP, though. Like, that's rough. Like, I guess, in this instance, Flower Saver P is actually coming into play. Because I don't have much else I can really use, is the problem. Like, that will actually let me use Smooch level 2, which means I can get my FP back. And I might as well, just so I can say I've used it. Like, funny enough, Mowz is pretty good for tank builds, just purely because of that. Don't take damage with Mario. Well, I guess not now. At least that guy's dead. Oh, well, I guess I'm not taking damage with Mario, you son of a gun. Really? Random bucket? That's just fucking rude. I swear, I don't know if it's me, I swear Ultra Hammer has slightly more range than Super Hammer Spin. Even though I'm pretty sure it's the same, but it's like, it feels like it hits easier. Okay, can I not take damage with Mario this time? Here, we'll even level 2 Smooch. Okay, the thing is like later than I thought it was. It's what it always is. It's in that awkward period for a lot of those moves. Smooch is another one of those moves that's like if you're finishing a fight, like, hey, HP and FP, bam. Especially, like, that's just pure, like, it is actually stupidly strong if you're doing a defensive build, because that's just It literally is just pure profit at that point. And even like level 1 is like 5 HP for 3 turns for 2 FP. Like, it's so much better. It's actually hilarious how much better it is compared to what Smooch used to be in the vanilla game. Thank the Lord, give me that FP. There we go. Woofy. Like, is there anything else I'd even want to bother putting on, though? Like, there's no reason to take the FP pluses off. Or the Flower Saver. Like, I feel like Flower Saver is one of those badges that's not that great in this mod. Just because, like, most of the time, you're rarely going to be in situations where you're going to have a lot of BP and not a lot of FP unless you're planning around that. It's very much once again, it's a badge that it does scale. Well, like, that's not even true. It doesn't actually scale all that well because moves that are 2 FP become 1 FP, but then after that you're not really getting much more. Like, it's good for certain moves. Like, obviously for like Koops is a classic example, right? Power Shell going from 3 to 1 can be insane for your FP economy. You ever have that situation where you realize I was just talking and not paying attention to what the bloody condition was? I do that too much. I was like in the zone talking, and then it's like, what? It does show how strong Ultra Hammer is. With 1 all or nothing, it just one-shots the Gloombas. Like, take 8 damage. Well, I guess this is a good time to show it off then. Let's smooch. And let's try to actually get the action command this time. Also has a like, really easy action command. Like, alternating between A and B is just easy. Alright, now we can just defend. Yeah. Sure. 5, and then I guess we'll heal now. And as long as it hits Mario again, we're good. Smooch is absolutely worth being a red move, like, for sure. It is stupidly good now. Like, that is, for especially if you get Flower Saver, right? Like, the 2 Flower Savers, right, putting it at 5. That's a profit of 10 FP for a move that's also healing Mario. Like, if you can build Mario to be a tank, he's just unkillable with Mowz healing him. Like, I guess the problem, obviously, is that if you're fighting enemies like this, they could just attack Mowz. But I guess if you build Mowz to be defensive too, that's not bad either. She's obviously less suited because she doesn't have a lot of HP, but like if you get a lot of defense, it doesn't really matter that much. Honestly, I don't even need Sweet Treat because I have Mowz. We'll bump up multi-bounce. What level am I at? 22, so we're about to fight the boss. Yeah, I guess I'll end it after that then. Hey, jump moves. I haven't gotten any of those in a bit. I mean, honestly, I have, as long, yeah. If I didn't have Ultra Hammer, I would have picked up Spin Jump, but Ultra Hammer spin, like, first strike is just so good. You don't need Spin Jump as much anymore. It might be nice to put something to sleep and just heal. Depending on what kind of run you're doing. Like, if you're doing, like say, for example, you just decide you want to do a move, a run where you're not using special moves, then Smooch becomes a god tier move, because that's just recovery. Speaking of turning Mowz into a tank. If this was damage dodge, I'd do it, but eh. Haven't had any chance to get more item slots either, which is unfortunate because I would like to grab more of this stuff. But we'll grab a Courage Meal. Fuck it, we'll grab Lucky Start. I have a soft spot for Lucky Start. I always end up using it just because like it's a nice quality of life badge if you have like extra BP to like slot in. And I Yeah, Sleepy Sheep could be useful. Since Mowz has T's, you don't really need... Hey, we'll take it. Since Mowz has T's, I don't really need Rune Powders as much. Mowz can do that. I can Hammer. I don't really need Spike Shield then. In comparison, you know, yeah, there you go. I have Quake Hammer if he calls for help, too. Like, yeah, no, we're good. And he has perfect power. Oh, that'll be great for Mowz. Yeah. Mowz is basically like the thing with Mowz's Smoke Bomb is that it's basically like the aerial version of Koops' Power Shell. It's like, I guess the equivalent for 64, for example, would be Lackluster's, whatchamacallit, Spiny Surge. Or like it's low I mean, obviously in that game it's average because it comes so late in the game that it's not particularly useful, but having a cheap hit everything move becomes very good if you can stack a lot of power, because it becomes a cheap way to pack out a lot of damage. I think in this situation I'm gonna Courage Shell. Yeah, because if this lowers his defense... Ah, well. It was worth a try. Instead, we're just gonna smooch Mario. This is actually crazy. Like, this is one of those enemies that's like, this is perfect for. They can only hit Mario, so... I can just defend and I'm literally, like, there's zero threat. And I can even use FP to just smack this guy now. So good. I said it's slightly sarcastic there. We're gonna end it here, but it's gonna be exciting, honestly. Like, I haven't gotten to use really, like, seriously use Mowz yet. So like, this is fun. Oh no! Whatever will I do? It'd be a shame if I had a hammer. Oh wow! I knew that was coming. Like at this point, I might. Well, if I use if I use an item, I'm not gonna. We will just defend them because I want to get my FP. Like, oh my god, I'm starting to realize like Smooch could be so good. Holy man. I'm gonna use the fire pop. Well, yeah, actually, we're gonna use the fire pop just to get out of my inventory and just heal. Even though I don't actually need the FP, but I was like, let's just get the money. Because with Mowz, I really don't need to worry about FP healing right now. She is so good. Like, it's actually insane how good, especially if you get... Like, you know what? I will say... The fact that I didn't even thought about this, but I bet you Mowz scales really well with FP or like Flower Savers, because if you can reduce the cost of stuff, you can just be spamming moves every turn and just never run out of FP. Like the more I think about this, is like Mowz could be really fun. I want more BP though. But yeah, that'll be it for this part. Are there any achievements I could potentially be... I mean, I'll complete the moves log if I can. What moves do I actually have to use on her? I have never gotten the Kiss Thief Stylish. I need to use level 3 T's and level 3 Smooch and then get the Embargo. Like, you can see right here, replenish 5 HP for 3 turns, 5 HP and FP for 3 turns, and look at this, you get star power, and it's a third, it's not just a flat amount. If you have a lot of, I guess, yeah, if you have a lot of special moves, Mowz is really good for that too. My god. Smooch actually might be slightly cracked. Maybe that's just because, like, I feel like if you're doing, like, a good balance, or even just, like, a, like obviously more defensive, but even just like as long as you're like decently balanced. Like if you're a glass cannon, Smooch isn't gonna be as useful. But as long as you can take a hit or two, Smooch puts in the work. Oh yeah, here it even says right here. I was gonna check. Like yeah, okay. So it goes up and then yeah, at level 3 it's guaranteed dizzy on basically like standard enemies. Well, it's not guaranteed, but you know what I mean. Like flying enemies are generally like extremely vulnerable to this. It's only one turn, so it doesn't scale though. Like the dizzy is more like a bonus rather than like the reason you use it. Oh here, look, 60%, 75, and 90. I'm really glad that these actually like tell you. Like it's actually very specific. Like even here, it actually tells you that it ignores everything except bomb bombs, which I didn't actually know that. So I might have smacked a bomb bomb at some point by accident. I don't know. I'm double saving. It's just I don't remember if I saved. It's been too long. Anyways, yeah, that'll be it for this part. See you guys later.